Namaste, hi. Today I'm going to be introducing you to a meditation. The meditation is called Withdrawing the Senses meditation. We are often pulled or drawn by the world outside, and the most important part in meditation is the ability to withdraw our mind from the outside world and keep it within ourselves, and then learn to bring in awareness to our thought process. In today's meditation, I'm going to give you a sequence, but the sequence not just includes the awareness that we are going to involve in our meditation, but also a thought process. Meditation, that is visualization along with thought processes or ideas, reinforce the concept and make it firmly rooted in our minds. So this meditation is going to be about bringing the senses inward and placing it within ourselves, bringing it and having control of our mind, a kind of mind that is usually drawn outside or is usually pulled outside, and that mind is to be gathered and kept within. So the process, please listen to the sequence, the thought processes also, and then adopt it in your meditation. The first thing to do is sit in silence for a few minutes with the eyes open. When we do that, we see the world that exists in front of us. The colors, the trees, the birds chirping, the smell of the air, the cars, the people talking and moving, the sun above our head or the cool breeze. Watch it and bring it within your awareness. As we look at them, we feel either happy, joyful, unhappy, bored, nervous, excited, and many such emotions. And we know that the outside world has such impressions on us. We know that as we open our eyes, we are caught up by these emotions that spring up within us, emotions of happiness, excitement, nervousness, fear, or anxiety. These emotions that come seem like opposites. Sometimes it's happy, sometimes it's sad, sometimes it's fearful, sometimes it's exciting. This is called polarity. Polarity is the world of opposites, and our mind is usually caught up in that. One way of controlling the mind is by having control over these polarities. Now, all these mixed feelings bring two things. One is, it brings a sense of reality to the world. When we see the world and when we experience it, we feel that the world is real. And the second thing is that it makes me feel like the world is outside of me and I am separate from it. So the ideas or the experiences that we are supposed to have in meditation, to have a beautiful meditation, is to have the conviction that the world outside is real, but first I am real. I am more in control of it. And the second power we need to have a fruitful meditation is to understand that I am in the world, a part of it, and not separate from it. So if we have understood that, then the next question would be, what makes these notions rise in the mind? The notions of anxiety, fear, happiness, excitement, the polarities, what makes them rise in the mind? The obvious answer would be the world outside. The world outside makes these things feel the way I do. But the answer is no, it isn't the world outside. Just think again and ask again to your mind in meditation, what makes these notions rise? We will discover that it is neither the mind nor the world, but something in between them, our sense organs. The mind and the world are connected through our body. It is a sensory medium to do two tasks. One is to bring in information from the world outside to the world inside. And the second is to give out or to react from the mind inside to the world outside. So the mind in the world has this body, and the body performs these two tasks. When we do this meditation, now we have to auto-suggest and tell ourselves these two ideas. The first idea is that in this meditation, I should know that the world appears or gets its reality to my mind when my mind is caught up in the polarities of happiness and unhappiness. If my mind is not caught up in these polarities, I can have control over being influenced by the world. This is one idea that we need to know. The second idea is that I am not only in the world, but I am also connected to it, and the world is in me. These two ideas we are supposed to auto-suggest. I repeat again, that the world appears real only when my mind is caught up in the polarities or the notions that come up in my body and give me the feeling of happiness and unhappiness. And I can actually have control over the world influencing my mind if I have control over these notions that are rising up in me. That's the first. The second is that I am not only in the world, but the world is also in me. My mind gives the reality to the world. So these two notions are very important. These two ideas are very, very important in this meditation. What do we mean when we say that the world is in me? Because for me to connect with the world, I just don't need the world outside. I also need my senses and I need my mind, and there has to be a connection. So I have no power with the outside world, but I do have power over my body and I do have power over my mind. This much we are supposed to know as ideas, very strong ideas. Once we incorporate these ideas, the next thing is to begin with the meditation. So the meditation is to bring in awareness. As we sit and we think these ideas, we bring full awareness of our body part by part with the knowledge of what the body actually does. And I've said the body is like a link between the outside and the inside world. The body brings in information and the body processes it and reacts outside. So having this full knowledge, I bring my awareness to the body. Then we begin with the eyes. As I sit and close, I bring my awareness in and around the eyes. For all of us, the eyes are the most important organ that we depend on for our interaction with the world. This is also why we have to have great control over the organs. The process is we apply our power of awareness in and around the organs of the eyes. And we have to think about two ideas. One is to think how much power this particular organ has for me to be influenced by the outside world, and my feeling of awareness should be around the eyes. And the second is to think how much control do I presently have over this organ and how much control am I not having over this organ. Like this, we bring in the power of concentration around our eyes, and we also bring in the power of contemplation with these ideas that I have just spoken of. Doing this simple process and sitting with these ideas, we should rest our awareness in and around the eyes and slowly bring it within our control. This meditation helps in bringing our awareness back when we engage ourselves in the world outside. So when I'm caught up or in the glare or in the snares of the world and I'm heavily glued, my awareness is usually on the objects, and I put my awareness on the objects outside. By practicing this meditation, the power of awareness that we put on the objects outside can be brought around our eyes because we have practiced that, and then slowly keep the mind within us. And also in meditation, once we bring that total power, we realize that this particular organ, there are many organs which we will be discussing one after the other, but this particular organ is the bridge between my inner world and my outer world, and therefore I bring my awareness here and keep that power in me at this moment. This kind of a meditation, as we go on doing, as we go on gathering power in and around this idea, we start to keep the mind within ourselves and we start to gain control over it. Then we will gradually learn to gain control of our reactions outside and of our nature to be overwhelmed and dragged by the world outside into our mind. We will be able to keep a check. So this meditation should help us. I'll be speaking of more such meditation processes. This meditation is a very beautiful one to do before you sit for any sort of other meditation and the other processes that you employ to bring your mind under your control. Thank you. If there are any questions or any doubts, please put it in the comments below and I shall answer them. Until next time, thank you for listening. Thank you.